Finally it stops raining. And who have we got here?
Hi, I'm Platt from Rocket Man Motortech Cairns, and the big day has arrived. We come over here, look at what I've got here. Our Dave Platt exhaust system for our Triumph Rocket 3 Touring. My old skipper and great mate Captain Ross Hunter once said to me, may he rest in peace, good things come to those who wait. And finally it's here. So this is as it came out of the box. We've got our two side silencers, our cross pipe, a couple of Triumph bushes there. You can see the quality of the welds, just beautiful. Everything's polished there, it's 3 or 4 stainless, just lovely. As I was saying before, you know, I see on the eBay there, you can get these Chinese things for $300, $400, $500. Don't even fuck about with them. It's not worth even considering putting onto these beautiful bikes. So we ordered this probably a week after New Year's, I think. And what are we now? What is it, the 9th today or 8th today? So we got this manufactured and delivered to Australia within a month. So that's pretty good. The competition works took us 8 to 9 weeks to get out of the US. Took forever. So Dave's done a pretty good job with getting them to us in a timely fashion. They were pretty good to deal with. I've had him on the phone a couple of times. Can't speak high enough of the customer service, and certainly the quality of the product looks pretty good. So
There's Jake.
here's Jake. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to do a quick sound sample of the factory units, and then we're going to put this bike probably up on the hoist if it'll carry it, and then we're going to video the...
How many kilos does the bike weigh with a full tank on it?
About 360, 365.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
These look better in our eyes without. They don't do it justice through the camera. They're absolutely beautiful. He's done a beautiful job.
No, they look great. Yep.
It looks fantastic.
All right, we've got the front factory exhaust here. We're just going to do a quick test before we pluck them off. We're going to call that 87 decibels at idle. So just quickly, last night when we flashed that bike, you may have noticed that it came up, the map said it had aftermarket exhaust on it. What it had the Triumph Tours, which is Triumph off-road silencers. You can see here it's stamped here, not for road use. These were their decatted silencers that they supplied from the factory, but we're still running that bastard catalytic converter here in between them, which is causing us all the trouble. These were a slightly better exhaust than the standard ones, but still all the same, they're not going to be in the same league as this. So that's what, when you see exhaust referred to as Tours, T-O-R-S, they're talking about this type of exhaust, which is decatted on the sides, but we've still got this insipid fucking catalytic converter in the middle to deal with, which is now coming out as well. So just a heads up, that's what you're looking for, not for road use. Okay, starting the assembly of the Dave Platt systems there. First thing to go in is our crossover pipe. All fitted perfectly there. Just make sure you use a bit of anti-seize on all your clamps, all your joints, all your bolts. That's step number one. It's all going together well. Okay, so whilst we've got the side off there, we might as well take the chance to give the wheels and the chrome a bit of a clean up, and I'm just going to do a quick change on the diff oil whilst it's there. Why not use the best of the opportunity? So we'll quickly do that as well, and then move on to putting the side pipes on. And just coming away from the Dave Platt install for a second, as I said, we're going to use the opportunity to drain our oil. Now, I bought this bike 2 weeks ago from the dealers, and as part of the sale they were going to put new tyres on, and they've also told me that they've done a full service including changing the diff oil and whatnot. Of course you fucking did. Look at the fucking colour of it. You know, this is what I say. Most mechanic are liars, and all dealers are fucking liars. It just shits me to tears. Anyway, I'm glad we plucked that out, so we'll give that a tidy up and keep going. So as we were talking about the other day when we were doing Billy's bike with the Meerkat fit up, always use a bit of anti-seize on our exhaust componentry on our bolts here. We use the copper when we're going from steel into steel. If we're going from steel into alloy, we use the white non-copper lot there. My old mate, I know he's watching, TC from Cummins 30 odd years ago. He knows all about the broken and seized exhaust manifold bolts. You know, a lot can be said about sitting there for 4 or 5 hours trying to get a broken bolt out of a 903 that's been stuffed into a Louisville, or maybe you're sitting in the engine room of a 43 Mariner for 7 hours trying to get them out with the owners and the foreman screaming at you, what's taking so long, what's taking so long. This is where all the resentment, the broken relationships, the PTSD, the substance abuse issues come from. Jesus Christ, and it's all due to these people, these assholes that don't use the anti-seize. It just takes so much out of me. It takes so much. Don't take the camera off me.
Okay.
And we're back. All right, we're kicking along. We're putting the Dave Platt system on this bike. As I said there before, our first section is to put the crossover pipe in. Everything mounted up nice and perfect. Everything aligned perfectly there. We've got the left-hand side on now. I'm going to put the right-hand side on. All the mount points are coming together well. It's a really, really simple job. I don't think anybody would have any trouble doing this themselves at home. I'll get all this back together. Once we do that, you may recall the other day when we did Billy's R3 GT, we put the Meerkat system on it, and then I did an interpretive ECU tune, which was the 12-minute at idle, let the fans kick in, I'll put the blowers on it and then let it recalibrate itself.
Yeah.
Now, some people have put in commentary on the videos and also on the other YouTube videos on there that's a myth, that you don't need to do that interpretive tune. It's not really for me to say whether people are right or wrong, but let me say this, you're wrong. The tune does work, and I can prove it by the fact that we put those tables into that bike, flashed the ECU. We did not modify the ECU at all between putting the new tables in and then doing the interpretive tune. We then read the ECU again without touching the ECU material whatsoever, saved the map over the top of the map that we put into it, and the AFR tables had variated from the tune. So that proves that the interpretive ECU tune is necessary. So whenever you're changing your intakes or your exhausts on any of these rockets, whether they're Gen 1s or Gen 2s, you do need to do that tune, okay? I've had this confirmed to me by the people I did my training with in England. You do need to do it. It's just the way it is. So, I mean, by all means, if you want to put a comment there, if you disagree or anything, please write it there below and explain to me why. But as I say, I have proved that the tables did variate. So that's kind of how it works. Now, when this bike goes on the dyno next week or the week after, we'll probably even further just fine tune those tables in a bit. We'll see how we go. Anyway, we'll see you soon. We'll have this thing on the road in an hour or two.
Okay, cheers.
All right, we've done our interpretive tune on it now. We're going to check the sound levels on the dB meter here. As we said there before, we're coming off Triumph TORS exhausts, which are the decatted Triumph OEM exhausts, not standard pipes, so it may not be louder than the Triumph exhausts. We've got the decatted Platt crossover pipe. We did have the catalytic converter crossover pipe in it originally. So let's start it up and have a listen to what it's doing, and we'll see what we've got going on here. Alright, well, a bit of a surprise there for us. We're basically at the same figures that we're at with the TRRS was on it, which, as I said, is probably non-surprising because they are decatted exhausts. I would like to have had an opportunity to have tested the bike with some standard exhaust on it at the start. You can certainly hear the bike's got a lot more snarl in it. It's got a deeper throat to it. We really need to get it out on the road and put a load on it to hear the difference in it. You can hear that D-cell pop in it that didn't exist before. That's because, of course, we've got more flow going through the exhaust without the catalytic converter in it. It sounds a lot tougher. Noise-wise, it's probably not putting out any, might be putting out 1.5 decibels higher on the high idle. That's about it. We need now to get this bike on the road, take it for a run. We'll get back to you, but most importantly, we'll pop this bike on the dyno in the next fortnight. I think we've got a book to go in, and that's when we'll see what it's doing. But I'm fairly confident that we'll be looking at, as I said, between 30 and 40 horsepower upgrade on it. The figures will prove or disprove that, but it certainly sounds like it's got some more herbs in it there now, and that's the exhaust done. They certainly look the part, if nothing else. The phone doesn't really do the sound justice. Whilst the sound may be at the same level, the tone of it is much deeper and much more snarlier in the way the bike sounds. It sounds a lot more aggressive. All right, well, thanks for watching. Same bat time, same bat channel, and we'll get back to you in a couple of weeks with the figures once we put it over the wheels and seeing what it actually puts out. I'm thinking about 140, 150 horsepower. I don't think I'll be too far wrong. All right, thanks again.
Cheers, mate.
See ya.